Welcome to a journey through boxing's fastest and most brutal knockouts.
Big left hook to the body.
From heavyweight sluggers like David Tua to lightning-fast brawlers in the lower weight classes, this is where careers end before they even start.
He's down. This could almost be over now. His eyes are in separate orbit.
Get ready for the fastest knockouts in boxing history. And believe me, you won't want to blink.
Goodness me, first punch of the fight, and it's all over. He's knocked him unconscious.
And then Prize in the left corner comes out to touch gloves, and the bell sounds, and Torres knocks him out with the first punch.
This might have been the fastest boxing match I've ever seen.
That's not illegal, because once the bell rings, Kryzin should be ready to defend himself. But
Kryzin extended his arm to touch gloves, and Torres blindsided him with a brutal hook. Protect yourself at all times. Sure, but that kind of move from Torres shows no respect for the sport. Touching gloves is a gesture of fairness, saying, let's fight clean. Torres chose a coward's route.
A ver si quieren nacionalizarlo.
Argentina también tienen todos bandanas en la cabeza, bandera de ponerlo ahí.
Una bonita porque que no ha producido grandes peleadores en la historia, sí. Uno de ellos, posiblemente el más grande en la historia de los pesos gallos, es el Jofre. Chris atacando reciamente con una izquierda tremenda que derribó al brasileño, lo cogió sorpresivamente y está lastimado y se acabó. Una izquierda bárbara de Shannon Briggs con una pegada demoledora.
Shannon Briggs delivered a chilling right hand in this fight. The involuntary leg spasms from his opponent, and disturbing to watch.
Lado izquierdo del brasileño, vamos a ver la repetición. Amagó con la izquierda, le tocó con la izquierda, con las dos. Le dio con las dos a dos manos al mundo del sueño. Aunque ya se incorporó el brasileño.
The replay doesn't lie. Pure brutality.
Porque el último golpe, la última izquierda falló. Y además ya Luciano iba de camino.
Sí, el hombre se confió o no estaba en la liga, las expectativas. Mire esa joven que está ahí en la periferia del cuadrilátero.
En la segunda fila.
Cuando lo vio, cayó mal y lucía totalmente desarticulado.
Los ojos estaban realmente...
Uno espectacular.
Sí, y decimos que Shannon Briggs se coloca en la línea para pelear contra los mejores pesos completos. Luego de esa cadena de victorias consecutivas, todas por knockouts, y la extraordinaria.
This is round one, scheduled for 12 for the WBC Middleweight Championship. Jay Bell in the white trunks, he's the challenger, and the trunk gold is the champion Joe McClellan. Bell, a former defensive captain for the Howard High football team in Chattanooga, 150-pound linebacker, off the field an honor student. And look at this!
Big left hook to the body, right in the solar plexus, it appeared to me.
Jay Bell is sprawled out on the canvas.
He cannot move. That's a shot right to the solar plexus that stops you. He either cracked the rib or he cannot move.
This has got to be a record. Unbelievable.
29 seconds into the first round, he's counted out at that rate.
He's still down.
19 seconds.
And he's still down.
Gerald snatched Jay Bell's soul with this left hook. It was his signature punch, delivering highlight reel knockouts.
There it was. It was a tremendous counter.
Left hook under. Well, let's take another look at it.
Here's
Again.
a better view, too, because you can see where he's slipping in. Boom, right underneath. Perfect. Right in the solar plexus. A very, very vulnerable spot. There's almost nothing you can do to stop it. And that's it. He's out.
The fight lasted just 20 seconds, the fastest stoppage in a world middleweight title bout.
Beautifully, perfectly placed. Here comes the hook right under there.
Actually, that looked to be slightly under the ribcage as opposed to the plexus, but I saw Glenn McCrory, a cruiserweight, get knocked out by...
Ben was a ferocious buzzsaw fighter who never stopped trying to tear your head off.
Respecting British boxing at the moment. Nigel Benn in the golden trunks, and that is one punch, and Ian Chandler is down. He's very close to us, and he will not get up from that. I hardly had time to get the sentence out. Chandler, it has to be said, has never been knocked down in his career before. It has to be said as well, he's campaigned more often as a light middle.
He fought like Mike Tyson, dangerous when coming out of his crouch with those big punches.
Victory in the first round. For my money, it was the first punch of the fight from Ben. Bang on the button. and you've got to say he punches hard and he punches accurately, and poor Ian Chandler was down and was never going to get up from that.
Also built up his record in the Miami area.
Melton came out swinging.
Competition early. Watch out for that first one. And Bowen goes down.
But a sharp right hand to the chin put him down fast.
Seconds. It's not as if we didn't talk about it. Certainly Briggs and Bowen leading up to it. They go at one another. Briggs stepping in, wants to finish it off in a hurry, but Bowen does have the experience to hold on. Every time Bowen has stepped up, he has been knocked down. It is a first-round knockout for Shannon Briggs.
Get that mouthpiece out. Let that man breathe.
As predicted, Shannon Briggs now talking towards some of the Bowen supporters.
People pay attention, except your opponent. Bowen trying to come out and pressure Shannon Briggs, but it was Bowen who ran into the right hand of Briggs.
Yeah, his left was so low.
Both right hands for each knockdown. Absolutely brutal. Melton aimed for a shootout and found himself coming off second best.
Shannon Briggs is ranked 22nd in the world out of the Brownsville section of Brooklyn. That has also produced Mike Tyson and Riddick Bowe with the crunching shots in round number one. And
Ben threw a single punch in this fight, and that's all it took.
Shorts has a habit of ending things very quickly. 5 out of 5, only had 9 rounds. The last 2 opponents have lasted 2 minutes. And Leon Morris, I don't think he made 10 seconds. And I'm sure he is not going to beat the count. He is out, and it is good night, Leon. And look at the state he's in. Well, Nigel Benn.
You could see the opponent gaining confidence as Ben wasn't throwing back, but Ben, like a coiled snake, struck with lethal precision.
In finishing it. Brief flurry of early action, a little left, and that was it all over. Jim Watt, we must get one comment from you.
Well, Morris certainly came to fight. He was having a go, but we've seen Ben's power before. Bang on the chin, followed up as he went over, another one on the chin. No way was he ever getting up again.
Welcome back to the big men. Nicky Piper, the unbeaten former ABA light heavyweight champion, has a reputation in these parts for concluding his business with some alacrity. His opponent tonight, John Ellis from Colchester.
Well, we followed Welshman Nicky Piper regularly on seconds out, and that is going to be the quickest win for him. No doubt, in fact, the quickest win you could hope to see. One punch, and it's all over. We've got the feeling we might be in for a quick one here.
Nicky Piper, a member of Mensa, brought that high IQ into this fight. His opponent never got a chance to throw a punch before Piper blasted him with a right hand.
And it was just a single right hand straight over the top, and poor John Ellis, the American, who's been around in the USAF here, well, he was shot out of the skies.
Oh, first punch of the fight. His eyes are in separate orbit. He is not going to make this. It's paralyzed him right down to the legs. It's gone through the formal count there. No control. Here's the finish. Now, if only Gurov could see this one coming, the southpaw stance. Here it comes. Bingo. Right on the money. And he had no chance with that.
Alexander looked lost, as if he didn't know what planet he was on, while struggling to get up. That right hand...
Shipped twice. From, well, almost another angle, but the punch...
Alexander was caught cold. A brutal knockout by any measure.
Haven't seen a cleaner knockout than that in a long time. Well, what a turn-up for the book. I used to say with Marciano, please keep him up long enough for the pictures. Let's get some pictures. It's a pity they didn't advise Dunstan to do this, but then you can't beat the perfect punch. And this French referee, I think there should have just taken his gumshoe out.
Brandon entered the ring wearing briefs.
I have honestly now, June 15th, 2007, I have seen everything. And Brandon Burke, 0 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, And a heck of a looking ring attire, and we're underway. Here we go. Oh, got him right out of the gate! The fastest knockout I've ever seen in my life!
He ran straight into a left hook. That was all she wrote. A fitting end for someone who walked in dressed like that.
It's submitted to Fight Facts as perhaps the fastest knockout in boxing history. Here comes the charge. Here's the shot. Goodbye. The bucklage of the knees, and Phil Drill rolls to 4-0. Wow, unbelievable. Oh. Good afternoon, good evening, good night.
The fight tonight and see how it works out for the pro debut. Both these guys pro debuts, and both these guys are left-handed starting off the fight right away. With the right hook. What was that?
Down goes Michael Funk on the first right hand, and it didn't appear that he was hurt right away, but I don't think he's going to make it, Ryan. Mike Funk is on the canvas. The first punch that Adonis Stevenson has ever thrown as a professional, it is a knockout.
This guy looked like he sprained his ankle also on the way down, like he's limping on his way back to his corner.
Mike appeared intimidated by Adonis. He looked like he took a dive. The punch didn't seem like the kind that should have ended a fight.
Not to laugh at Michael Funk right now, but it looks like it could have, like off the shot, he probably pulled up muscle on his leg or in his ankle or something. But that wasn't a telling shot. Adonis is a strong dude also. He trains at a lot of gyms in Montreal. He's working with Russ Hammer here in the corner. I know Adonis has power, but not that type of power to just hit you with one shot to have you flying into the corner.
And to be fair, I mean, as a boxing trainee, you have to look at Mike Funk's footwork in the first 10 seconds there. Not exactly Adonis-like footwork. He wasn't sure if he was coming forward or going back.
Throwing punches with your chin in the air, not a smart move. Brian paid the price here. Shannon Briggs, fast hands and no mercy for journeyman. His hand speed was just too much.
Shake gloves, good luck to both of you guys.
Craig backed up to the ropes, letting his opponent tee off on him. And boy, did he regret it.
Sports presentando boxeo, clase mundial Corona. Y ahí rápidamente aplicando. Y ahí está, se acabó. Cuidado. Este muchacho Nins. ¡Qué poder de la tribu Cherokee! Viene a ser este muchacho Julius Bilgira.
I think very much so, John. He's an avoided man indeed. Oh, and that's the reason why.
Goodness me, first punch of the fight, and it's all over. He's knocked him unconscious. The fight is all over with the first punch of the fight. Extraordinary shot from Zolani Tete. Medical man straight into the ring.
An exceptional lead hook. Not much anyone can do after getting caught like that.
There you go. Gagne looked like he was trying to land a shot of his own. Or he just dropped his hand slightly, didn't he? And he just whipped it around the guard.
Dominic was sharp as a needle here. Watch for that big right hand.
And more importantly, as Quinn was a real good amateur.
Big
look
shot.
for this fight to go real quick.
Well, it's almost over now. Big shots by Quinn, a hook. They should stop it. Rothberger does manage to get up.
Michael clearly didn't want any more of those, and who could blame him?
Two-time national amateur champ. No contest here tonight. No contest. Might as well stop this right now. And they will.
Rothberger didn't want to go on. He was whispering to the referee, you know, I got to get to work.
Referee was
my work is about 10 miles away.
Comes out of the corner and walks into a flurry immediately. Watch the jab. That was like a brilliant jab there.
Yeah, he's going to try to throw something, I believe, Rothberger, and he's going to get beat to it with the right hand. See? Rothberger was throwing a right hand, not as good a one as Quinn was, and Quinn just beat him to it with a sharp right hand.
Rothberger could not get down fast enough.
Known as the quiet man, John Ruiz wasn't usually a fast starter, but this time he came out like a scalded cat.
Perhaps looking for that quick knockout. And John Ruiz, an animal, goes right after Ennis. Will he make the count? Struggling to his feet. Adolf stops the fight in seconds.
So much for being quiet.
Williams, James Thunder seconds. John Ruiz. And you could just see it in the face.
Kimbo built a career on brutalizing opponents like this. One clean punch, and it was over.
Protect yourself at all times. Shake hands, that's about.
Mackenzie was explosive and dangerous early. He swung for the fences and often delivered early knockouts.
On 6 rounds. And as fast start as ever from Mackenzie. Oh, how fast can you be? Big right hand, it's all over. It's finished. The fight is all over. The referee has waved it over. And the first big shot from over Mackenzie. And what a punch it was.
This overhand right, absolutely brutal.
And he just mugged him. There are big fights still there for Mackenzie. One might be against Enzo Macronelli, who I'm sure is going to be watching that one, and the big Welsh lad couldn't have finished that one any quicker, I don't think.
No disrespect to Evans, Enzo.
Ese de septiembre del 2003, fiesta mexicana, y en Temecula, California, se enfrentaban dos mexicanos, Rocky Juárez y David Murillo.
Estamos en el primer asalto de esta pelea. Murillo con pantalón blanco, Juárez con pantalón rojo, y a la lona se va Murillo. ¡Qué izquierdazo! ¡Qué izquierda en forma de gancho! Y no siga contando, que le va a poder contar 1000. En el mismo primer asalto, ¡qué knockout!
Rocky's left hook was picture perfect, short, crisp, and devastating. His opponent went limp the moment it landed. That hook, his signature. Chris exuded supreme confidence and backed it up.
Rots out of his corner. Seven. He's not going to make it. He hasn't. Oh, that's amazing. The first punch that Chris Eubank threw, and Dos Santos does not know whether it is Brazil or Birmingham.
Well, to promote a Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank's fight.
The right hand didn't land completely flush, but hit clean enough to mess with the opponent's nervous system. Chris, a British boxing legend and a true showman.
Panama Lewis, who has received a license here in Pennsylvania and is back in the corner since that fateful night, July 16th, 1983, when he was in the corner of Louis Resto, who destroyed Billy Collins that night. And from that happenstance, Panama Lewis was in prison for 2 years. Criminal charges resulting from the illegal tampering with boxing gloves, taking the padding out of Resto's gloves. And we'll talk a little more about Panama Lewis. Now into this run and gun. Boom! He is down in the first round. And it is over. Luis Melendez goes one-on-one against Arturo Gatti.
Melendez came in with a kamikaze approach, and Arturo made him pay.
Is coming in at him. Gotti just simply booms that right hand. Melendez leaving himself open. The left hand is low. Leans over, puts the shoulder into it. Down goes Arturo Gotti. Another angle. Watch the left hand dragging from Gotti, and boom.
The way that right hand stiffened Melendez up, vicious. Young is a fighter to watch. He's all action, throwing bombs. Keep him on your radar. Backing up in a straight line, a cardinal sin in boxing.
Talón blanco con vivos negros a la derecha de su pantalla. James Warren frente a James Preacher. Una pelea por el título mundial de la Federación Internacional en la categoría de los cruceros. Aquí están los protagonistas, son los primeros movimientos de la pelea. El árbitro Joe Cortés, ahí va, una derecha tremenda. Primera mano durísima, plena al mentón. Está en el piso Preacher. Una mano tremenda de Warren en el comienzo. Una mano brutal, realmente no se puede recuperar. Y es el final de la pelea. Comienzo y final de la pelea.
Warren capitalized, landing a right hand and ending the fight.
La izquierda abriendo el camino por ahí y la derecha descendente que cae pesadamente sobre el mentón de Preacher y en la caída definitiva en forma concluyente. Aquí está la imagen desde otro ángulo, vean eso, esa derecha tremenda cae como un rayo vertiginosa sobre el mentón.
The characteristic no socks, no robe look. System, supplemental 4-point scoring system if the rounds wind up even, and the 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Tyson comes out slugging.
He comes out smoking like Marvis's father, Joe. Marvis must move or we're going to be out of here very, very quickly. Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt.
Frazier is down. Joe Cortez moves in to have a look, and he's going to stop the fight. It did not last 20 seconds. Tyson goes over to take a look at Marvis Frazier, obviously quite concerned.
Mike swarmed Frazier, throwing double jabs, triple jabs, and right hooks. His footwork, something to admire in the replay.
Second knockout sensation. Watch the right hand of Mike Tyson. Marvis in the corner and trapped. There it was. Just clipped him right on the chin. The left was unnecessary. Marvis is badly hurt at this point. Uppercut again, and there Marvis is out on his feet. Everything after this is just incidental.
The Frazier camp had expressed confidence before the bout. You wonder if they truly believed that Marvis could handle this kind of an attack.
Marvis never stood a chance.
Jab that Mike has not shown too much. The jab backed Marvis up into the corner. A second jab kept him there for those right uppercuts.
There will continue to be skepticism in some quarters regarding Tyson's stamina, his ability to take a punch, his technique in the ring. But with each succeeding bout, any skepticism about his punching power has to evaporate. And the good news is I believe Marvis Frazier is standing up. There's a big crowd in that corner of the ring. Mike Tyson is going back over there now. We'll take another look live at what is happening in the ring after you finish seeing this third replay of the very quick knockout.
We saw John Ruiz blast an opponent out earlier, but this time it was his turn to get starched.
John Ruiz, 225. Listed as having a reach advantage here. We'll see how he uses it. Tua with a big left hook, and Ruiz in trouble. Tua comes right at him. Another big bomb, and Ruiz is down. This could almost be over now. Tua came storming out. It's over. Tony Perez stops it at the count of 5.
Concern for John Ruiz. Tony Perez stopped the count at 5. Gave the physicians 5 seconds more to go in and tend to John Ruiz. Now, to give you some idea, again, about the impressive nature of Tua's triumph, Ruiz held the belt. Ruiz came in as the WBC International Champion, and David Tua in by far his most impressive performance to date. I said he was Tyson-like. He certainly showed a lot of remnants of it there. John Ruiz.
Tua's last left hook. What a punch.
A bit right there. That had Tyson written all over it, the way it was thrown and everything by Tua. Now he knows he's done the damage here. He comes right in, and before John Ruiz can recover, Tua is all over him. One more right hand, another one in there.
Frightening doesn't even begin to describe it.
Was the one that really did the damage. Tremendous hook there.
Honestly, the referee was way too slow getting in there. On the replay, you can see Ruiz trying to fight fire with fire. But each time Tua touches him, his body just gives out. It's like his system kept saying, nope, we're done here.
Happening very fast. Left hook by Tua. As we get the time listed, that's the one there that maybe didn't have to get in. As Ruiz feeling the effects of that.
Bodybuilders trying boxing usually never ends well.
Shabalala got beaten out of sight, but more important than that, he was so poor.
The contrast is immediate. One guy knows how to fight, the other throws punches like he's swatting flies.
Almost 40 years of age, he's a bodybuilder turned fighter, and I think he should have stuck to bodybuilding, don't you?
We just showed he's an experiment.
Been a pro for 10 years, 11 wins, 6 losses, and he's a banger with no chin as he goes down from a body punch. 10 of Kendrick's 11 wins have come inside the distance, and 5 of his 6 losses have also come inside the limit. So it's all over. Shabalala once again wins another sham. 39 seconds that took. So the most spectacular thing that Kendrick did in the whole fight was to miss with a left hook and fall over. Body punch knocked him out. No doubt about the quality of the punches from Shabalala. But what did he beat?
Codrington came in as the next big thing, undefeated, every win by knockout.
Hasn't hit double digits as a pro, but 9 out of 9 all KO. And here's Green. He promised to go inside, and he's stung, and he has rocked Codrington's world and left. And it's over. Over in 18 seconds.
Codrington was known as the chin checker, but on this night, it was him who got his chin checked, big time.
Leave him. He proved what he said he meant. He absolutely devoured the New Yorker, Jadon Codrington, on the ground. Now let's listen in.
Chaos ensued as people tried to storm the ring.
We're going to take care of him, too. Chaos, they need the doctors there, and they're getting them and attending them to Jadon Codrington, who looks seriously hurt here.
Nick, it's such a disgrace when a fighter is in need of medical care like Codrington. Look at him. And 400 people are in the ring. It's absolutely absurd. There should be better control.
Gerald Ritter trying to keep the crowd at bay.
Need to get these people out of here. Get this man out of here. It's okay, man. Let the doctor. What do you need?
there's a full-scale rumble in the ring.
We need you to do. All right, guys, we're clear to move. Just lay perfectly still.
Wow, they braced his neck and immobilized his head.
This is for your own safety. Just back your head down.
Codrington landed a right hand, but left his own chin exposed.
Left hook started it.
And watch the gloves drop.
Oh, that's a frightening, frightening scene.
The counter left hook ended it all, brutally. His career never recovered. That momentum was gone.
In this exchange, there it is. It's high on the head, and you could see Codrington's eyes are not focused. He's out now. Instinct keeps his hands up, but a few more shots. And there's the left hook that absolutely devastated him. Fell down almost out of the ring.
You know, it wasn't any great surprise that Gerald Ritter stopped it, but thank God he just moved in as quickly as he did. And here it is absolutely apparent that J. Don Codrington was out on his feet.
Oh, that last left hook, Nick. Codrington was defenseless. And worse yet.
Jerry, con el Turito. Están allí, Tito del Barco, Jimenita que está con nosotros, todos allí, dispuestos a escuchar el relato de Walter Nelson en boxeo de primera.
Pantalón gris, botas rojas para el brasileño, pantalón negro, el rapado, el argentino, Oscar el Salvaje Pereira.
De Jesús viene de los livianos juniors, de los 58-900.
¡Opa, izquierda! ¡El Salvaje Pereira revive! ¡Esto no se levanta! ¡Un cross tremendo para tirar el obelisco! ¡Va a ganar por nocaut el Salvaje Pereira! ¡Nocaut espectacular, sensacional!
Assessing a fighter's level doesn't take long. If they leave their chin open after throwing a punch, they're getting knocked out. Merciless Ray Mercer lived up to his nickname, a vicious puncher, especially with his left hook. Troy got rocked by that left, and it's a wonder he wasn't flatlined. Mercer usually obliterated opponents in that situation. Sanchez had beaten Floyd Mayweather as an amateur, but this fight ended with a brutal knockout.
Him in the 7th round. Johnson, a notorious slow starter. In the corner of Johnson feels that Sanchez has a weak chin, and boom! Right hand puts him down.
Maybe they will out. That was a time punch. Weak chin or no chin. That was perfectly timed over the left hand.
Augie Sanchez is counted out, but they're going to stop the count at 2.
It was the last of Sanchez's career, and a smart move.
That's the knockout.
Right hand over the slow left hand of Sanchez.
Sanchez had already been rocked, Teddy, so he was a little wobbly at this point, and then the right hand puts him down. And fortunately, Sanchez is up now and walking.
I mean, you're not going to see a cleaner, more beautiful knockout than that in a way, but it was savage and scary. You know, usually I'm not scared by one-punch early rounds knockouts. The kind of knockouts you have to be scared about are guys sustaining punishment over the course of the fight, over 7, 8, 9, 10 rounds, consistent punishment. But that scared me, and Brian, I agree 100%. The way he fell against Hamed Sanchez, the way he just fell there, something about the way he responds to punches, even though they're tremendous punches, that's a little bit frightening.
I done hit a lot of guys with my jab, and I seen it in their eyes, how they blinked after the jab. And then that's when I just, bam, hit him with the right hand.
Full confidence about him, almost like he knows something.
Bailey was feared for his first-round knockouts. Watch out for that left hook.
Of his 18 knockouts in round 1, feels very much at home in this ring. Had his first pro fight here. He's had several fights here. Grew up in the shadows of the Highlight Fronton here in Miami.
Speed and that defense, I think they're going to be key, and I give the big edge there to Bailey.
28 of Gonzalez' 42 knockouts in 3 rounds or less. And hook, and down goes the champion, Gonzalez.
Gonzalez reportedly with a good chin speed. That speed. He's gone. Fight's over.
It's over. 28 seconds in. Randall Bailey from right here in Miami. It's the new WBO Junior Welterweight Champion.
Gonzalez couldn't handle the heat and paid dearly.
Comes up from a crouch. You'll see he pulls out and wham. He steps right, and you watch this. If we get this later on the telestrator, I'll draw it up. He steps in with the hook. You can see him. He steps in with the right hand. He means to do damage with it. Here he's crouching, bending his knees. He's on the inside, and he steps forward. Watch his body come in with that left hook. His body stepped in. He stepped into the punch, as we would say in the gym.
So a star is born as we take another look.
The right hand was a little long, and he reached with it, but he committed himself. But watch the left hook. Plants his feet, steps in with that left hook. That's what they say when they say he committed to the punch. He committed to that left hook.
Against Wayne the Troubleman Powell. Charlie Neal, Leland Hardy, and Elmer Smith ringside with you. We talked about the fact that Bernard Hopkins' last 2 fights, the total time went 2 minutes and 6 seconds. 32 seconds his last fight, 1:44, and this one may not go a whole minute. And Rudy Battle is trying to stop things.
Hopkins came out fast, using body shots to set up the finish. Powell wasn't going to survive much longer. The ref made the right call.
Hand and if he goes back, I say I'm going to throw 2 left shots to the body. You see, now watch the body shots. I didn't go right for his head. I threw 2 body shots. 1, 2.
That's the type of thing that the old fighters used to do. The Sugar Ray Robinsons, the Jake LaMottas went right downstairs.
I studied a lot of tapes of great fighters like that, and I know my body game is really up to this peak now.
Alexander had a tendency to get starched early, and David made the most of it.
Be explosive, and Jim, is it down to class here?
Yeah, well, class and talent, and probably the fact that he is at the better end of his career. But he has to be very, very careful here. As you can see, Gurov is trying to command the centre of the ring using that upward southpaw jab of his. So he has to be careful. Just find out what Gurov has to offer before he does anything silly.
14 knockouts in his 14 wins. David Haye, all within 4 rounds. The only time he's been the 5th. He was knocked out, but a right hand towards Alexander Gurov inside the opening 40 seconds. And I don't know whether he's going to make it. There's the power of David Haye, a Christmas cracker.
Hayes' right hand covered distance so fast, Alexander never saw it coming. Brutal knockout. Tommy handled business, destroying the journeyman with ease.
Another shocking 1-round knockout for Tommy.
Move on towards world class.
Well, that was certainly a world-class punch.
I get Miyabuchi.
The Miyabuchi fight was unbelievable.
Yeah, they've both been in those type fights.
On the other hand, this could become a chess match if Moorer is able to box for 36 minutes, or for 30 minutes, I should say. Scheduled for 10, not for 12.
Get off his head.
David Tua gets in 2 body punches early to the ribcage of Moorer, and down goes Moorer.
I say Moorer leaning in. He's not moving at all. It's over with.
There's a 30-second knockout right there. And that's what makes David Tua David Tua.
And also, Jim, it was the body punches that made it happen.
Absolutely.
And body punches is something we never used to see David Tua throw.
Another David Tua special. Moorer was up against a whirlwind and got blasted out in no time. Tua was known for his devastating left hook, but notice how it was actually the right hook that did the damage this time. Moorer hit the canvas so hard you'd think he might have been more comfortable with a pillow down there.
It's always possible, but yeah, the one thing that's really difficult with Michael, he does not like boxing. And it's very difficult for anybody to be extremely successful, in particular competing on this level up here.
Brutal, but classic Tua.